you about my experience as a plus size girl who had a baby in 2023. Well, this is going to be mostly about my birth story. If you'd like to know more about my pregnancy, just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to make a video and answer questions. So, my birth story, my due date was originally March 29th through April 2nd. I had my baby March 23rd, 2023. I kind of manifested that date because 3/23/23 is such a good birthday. I love saying it. So originally, how everything went about was I was about 39 weeks pregnant, so my baby was a week early. But prior to that week, at like 37, 38 week checkup, I was having blood pressure complications, not knowing that that would lead to postpartum preeclampsia. So moving forward, if I were to have another child, they would need to be delivered at 37 weeks. My mom had the same problem with me and a prior pregnancy before me, but I didn't know that until after I had the baby. So that was the only downfall about my pregnancy. Everything else went really smooth and really fast. I had a fast experience. I took all my prenatals like I was supposed to. I then drank raspberry leaf tea, pineapple juice, dates to get everything going. But the reason, hold on. So after that, I had to lay off on the pineapple juice because pineapple juice gives you contractions. So beware of that unless you're trying to get the baby out. So March 22nd, my friend and I went to the park and we just took some regular maternity photos. It was pretty bright outside. It was hot, you know, but I didn't really think anything of it. And then I did the mile circuit trend on TikTok. I'll try to insert it in the video if I can. I'm not really sure how I can do that. So I did the mile circuit video only because it was the only day my husband was on day shift. Prior to the whole pregnancy, he was on 3 to 11 shift. So he was on day shift and I was like, okay, that's one reason I need to give birth today. You're on day shift, you're gonna be home. And then 2, the date, 3/23/23. So, you know, just talking, not really thinking about stuff. This is how my water broke. So I'm laying in bed, it's 2 a.m. I'm watching Criminal Minds and I have a slight headache. So I was like, after this episode, I'm gonna go take some Tylenol, but I'm gonna make me some ramen noodles first because I didn't want to take the Tylenol on an empty stomach. So then I'm just laying there and I hear a shh, and I'm like, that was a weird move. And then I just feel a gush. So I'm like, okay, that's my water breaking. So I roll out of, I was supposed to turn. So I roll out of bed, right? I roll out of bed, I wake up my husband, I go to the bathroom, I call the doctor. They're like, yep, time to come in. So it's like 2, I remember the time. It was 2:23 or 2:22. I don't remember the time. Something like that. It was 2 a.m. No, it was 2:21 a.m. And so I called the doctor. They're like, come in. Mind you, I have a dog. I have a Shih Tzu. So I was like, okay, I need to take my dog to my mom's house first. My mom lives like 30 minutes from me. We drive, we pack up the car, I take a shower, and then we drive from my house to my mom's house. drop the dog off, and then we go to the hospital, which is only like 15 minutes from my mom's house. So we get to the hospital about 3 a.m. They're talking normal. You know, when somebody's water is broke, you would think they're like, that didn't happen. I guess I was too calm. Like, I was not feeling any contractions after my water broke. I just, you know, like, I felt mild contractions, but it's not like, oh my God, the baby's coming, you know? So I was just like, okay, I'm feeling something. I was walking around, and then once they realized that I need to go to labor and delivery, they were like, oh, let's get her a wheelchair. Let's do this, let's do that. And then that's when things sped up, and my husband was barely walking behind us. I'm like, where is he at? They were walking really fast and whatnot. So we get to labor and delivery. I get put in a room. They're trying to hook the monitors up. And that was the only issue with the monitors. I felt like as a plus size girl, the monitors wasn't plus size friendly. Like, she kept having to adjust and readjust. I'm like, first off, I don't like you touching me so much. Like, what are you doing? What are you trying to see? But I guess the monitor, they were trying to monitor my contractions and monitor the baby, I guess, the baby's heartbeat and whatnot. And then, let me think. So after the monitors, I get checked. I'm literally 2 centimeters dilated. What? Excuse me? 2 centimeters? I could have stopped and got something to eat. So this is at 3 a.m. I'm 2 centimeters dilated. Okay, no biggie. So then 6 a.m. comes around. I'm 2.5, almost a 3 centimeters dilated. You're kidding. They put me on Pitocin. Okay, Pitocin, I start feeling contractions. I'm just feeling, so with the Pitocin, I did get an epidural, but I could have not gotten the epidural. From 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., just mild, maybe like mild period cramps. I would say like a level 8. It wasn't that bad, but it was just constant, and I'm just like, I couldn't rest with it. So at 8 a.m., I asked for an epidural. They gave me the epidural, which took an hour. I felt so uncomfortable with the anesthesiologist, because why are you taking so long to poke me and give me the epidural? He finally finishes at 9 a.m. From 9 to 10:30, I'm just uncomfortable. So at like 9:30ish, I'm not really sure the time, she has a catheter put on me, and it just makes me uncomfortable, because one, I never go to the hospital. Like, I go to urgent care, get a steroid shot, and call it a day. So the catheter is like making me uncomfortable. And my team, my labor and delivery team, they were really sweet. I really liked them. They did a really good job. I asked her, I said, can I take the catheter off? Because like, there's no feeling. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna pee. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. Which I thought was kind of weird, but I'm glad she let me take it off. So she takes the catheter off at 9:30. And so then from 9:30 to maybe 10:15, like 40 minutes pass, and I'm just like, why am I so uncomfortable? Like, I'm still uncomfortable down there. And I was like, I don't want to have to call the nurse again, but I do anyways. I tell my husband, I'm like, can you call the nurse, because something just doesn't feel right. So 10:15ish, 10:20ish, he calls the nurse. The nurse comes in, and she's like, I'm telling her what's going on, and she was like, okay, well, let me check you. She checks me, and she's like, oh, that's Sasha's head, girl. Then she's like, she walks over to the wall, goes, boop, I'm ready for delivery. And all these people start coming in, and they prop my legs up, and I don't know what clicked in my head, but once my legs were propped up, I had to push. I'm like, I gotta push. It's like she was just sliding out of me. And I've heard that with multiple people they say that their epidurals speeded up their process. So I was very shocked for it to happen that fast. And I pushed her out within like 6 minutes because she was born at 10:32. So then, okay. Oh, I drank okra water. I felt like that really helped with the delivery process, with her just sliding out. Even though okra water is so slimy, I mixed it with the raspberry leaf tea, a little bit of pineapple juice. No, I did lemonade because the pineapple juice gave me contractions. So I did okra water, lemonade, raspberry leaf tea, and I think that was it to give it a sweet. And I did the big hydro jug, the 64 ounce jug for like 5 days, and I swear by that, y'all, because that baby came out nice and smooth. I only had 3 little tears. I got 3 stitches. No, I had 1 tear with 3 stitches that dissolved, and I didn't really feel anything. The only thing that I would do differently was I didn't really understand how to clean myself. Like the nurse explained to me, but I just had a baby. I wasn't looking. But I figured it out. The Perry bottle, I think, is gonna be your best friend. So make sure you get that, cause woo! And then I think something like, it's like Derma something. It's some kind of spray that helps you too. And then what else? I'm trying to think what else I did. But anyways, I'll have to put it down in the description below, y'all. So after she was born, they took her away for 2 hours, y'all. I was left there naked and bleeding. I mean, my nurse was there, and she went to the baby went to the nursery. I told my husband to follow the baby because I thought she was gonna get taken. I don't know. And so I told my husband to follow the baby and just FaceTime me. So we were on FaceTime for 2 hours while they were trying to get her temperature regulated and warmed up. They gave her a bath and stuff. But I just thought that was so weird how they just left me. Like, my nurse was still there, and I was just like, this is your job? You just deliver babies every day? But she was like, pretty much. And I was like, dang, that's a really good job. Like, that's fun. If I were to be a nurse, I would definitely do that. But you have to also think about the babies that don't make it and the moms that don't make it. I was like, that's kind of sad too, just thinking about it. Why is there so much traffic? So once they finally brought her back and everything, it was good. I had to wait about 4 hours to take a shower just because of the epidural. Even though I felt fine, I felt in control of my body, but the epidural was still on me. So and I know this is gonna sound really dumb, but I did not know, TMI, warning alert, there's so much blood like after the baby is delivered. It's like your cycle or your period times 1,000. So much blood. Like every time I would go to the restroom, so much. But I've made it to Aldi. I think that's everything. Like, that's just the main boom points to my birth story that I can remember. The pain. Everybody talks about the pain. Once I delivered her, like once she popped out, I literally said to myself, I see why people have babies back to back, because the pain is just like boom. So yeah, let me know in the comments what else you guys want to hear. I'm happy to share my story. I'm also going to start a mom blog on my website, so everything will be linked in the description below. This video has me so excited. So yes, let me know in the comments what you'd like to hear. Bye.